Today, a CBC Millennium celebration, is brought to you in part by Clarica. Because in life, as in finances, there's a lot to be said for clarity.
Yeah, the special tonight is an herb supreme. Capsicum, sage thyme, stuffed with duxelle, lying on animaux chimé le besame pelacé with noisette spatula.
Wow. What is that?
Excuse me, it's chicken.
There's a lot to be said for clarity in life and in finances. Clarica, investment and insurance solutions.
Closed captioning of 2000 Today is brought to you by Pontiac. Pontiac, built for drivers. Could this be the fairy tale couple the royal family has been waiting for?
Sophie is Diana without the dramas and Fergie without the frivolities.
Prince Edward and Sophie Rhys-Jones.
Happen to love each other as well, very much.
The true story, Sunday morning. Owen Morris was proud and determined, and he beat the odds.
You can never quit on something you believe strongly in.
The Olympians, a century of Canadian heroes, Tuesday at 7 on CBC.
This cabin isn't big enough for the three of us.
Sunday night on CBC.
Glad you saw reason.
You haven't told her? Probably best.
Renovating an old shack on the ranch becomes a major task.
Trying to scare us off with a ghost story?
On a special night of nothing too good for a cowboy,
You live in this world long enough, you see lots of things with no explanation.
the spirit world becomes a force to be reckoned with.
I'll drive on that mean old boogeyman.
Confronting the unknown on Nothing Too Good for a Cowboy, Sunday night at 7 on CBC.
In April of 1999, I had the pleasure and the honor of being part of a joyous celebration, the birth of Nunavut, homeland to Canada's Inuit, really the continent's oldest inhabitants. And it occurred to me then that Canada, with its ability to bring together under democracy a whole melange of different skin colors, languages, backgrounds, interests, could be a model to the world.
And welcome back to our 2000 Today headquarters here in the atrium of the Broadcast Centre in Toronto. Time now to update you on the number of the remarkable events that are happening on this day. In just over an hour, Newfoundland will be greeting the year 2000, and the rest of the country is getting set to follow. Much of the world is already past midnight with no major incidents and no real sign of that so-called Y2K bug. Here's Daryl McIntyre.
It was the birth of Christ in this small town that started all the counting. And tonight, thousands in Bethlehem mark the Millennium with the release of 2,000 doves and a song for peace. Peace has been a common theme as New Year's breaks around the world. In South Africa, where Nelson Mandela revisited a prison cell that was his home for 17 years. And in the South Pacific, where the very first people saw in the new year.
My dear child, take this torch of peace and hope from Kiribati, so that it may light the whole world.
One thing missing from the celebrations, any hint of the Y2K bug. In fact, if there was any concern about it or any other Y2K chaos, you'd never know it from the crowds that turned out in Amsterdam or Paris, Athens, Warsaw, or Madrid. In London, they promised the world's biggest Millennium Bash, and while that may be so far, in just a few hours, the new year will arrive in North America. Daryl McIntyre, CBC News.
Well, Ottawa has just given its latest briefing on the Y2K situation, and as you might expect, it says there is no situation. More than 150 former hostages were celebrating their freedom today. They were finally released after spending the last week on a hijacked plane in Afghanistan. The group was eventually flown to India, where thousands turned out to greet them. The hostages were let go after the Indian government agreed to release 3 prisoners demanded by the hijackers. Among the former hostages, Shirley Macklin of Winnipeg, who called her family to say she's okay. Well, they're ringing in a big change in Russia tonight, a change at the top. President Boris Yeltsin stunned the world by stepping down. And as Elizabeth Palmer reports, Prime Minister Vladimir Putin is now in charge.
I am resigning, said Yeltsin, adding that a new millennium demanded new politicians. The president took an uncharacteristically humble tone. I am asking your forgiveness that I did not live up to your hopes and expectations, he said. Yeltsin's failing health and increasingly erratic behavior no doubt influenced his decision to resign on this symbolic occasion. But most analysts believe the move was largely designed to give Prime Minister Vladimir Putin the edge as Yeltsin's successor. Putin is riding high in the polls after fronting the Kremlin's hard line on Russia's Chechen offensive. His political allies also won a huge victory in Russia's parliamentary elections 2 weeks ago.
There was a time when millions of people thought of Yeltsin as a hero, but more recently most Russians think of him simply as a corrupt tyrant or even a buffoon. But no one can deny that his resignation on the eve of the new millennium ushers in a new political era for Russia. Elizabeth Palmer, CBC News, Moscow.
That's the news for now. Now live to Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, and the world will be watching this one. Lenny Gallant. Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, the East Coast Country Award-winning Lenny Gallant.
Sing it out.
Here's Mike.
All hands on deck, please don't panic. It's probably a drill, there's really nothing wrong. Steady as she goes on the Titanic. It can't be too bad, the band plays on. There's lifeboats lost upon the water. Captain's crying, oh, won't you please get in? I don't believe in this disaster. I just don't believe the mess we're in. And the band's still playing. Can you hear the songs crying out for our souls? And the band's still playing. The band played hymns. And the band played rock and roll. Ba-dum-ba-ya-ya. Ba-dum-ba-da. Ba-dum-ba-ya-ya. Ba-da. Gonna rearrange all of the deck chairs. I'm gonna cover my head every inch of skin. Trading in my sunglasses for a darker pair, so I won't have to see the mess we're in. And the band's still playing, and you hear those horns crying out for our souls. And the band's still playing, the band played hymns, and the band played rock and roll. Ba-da-ba-ya-ya. This music's got me dancing so fast. You know I really ain't got time to think. Someone said something about a big hole in the sky. Someone said last call, not for one more drink. And the band's still playing, and you hear those horns crying out for our souls. and the band stood playing. The band played hymns, and the band played rock and roll, and the band's still playing. Can you hear those songs crying out for our soul? And the band's still playing. The band played hymns, and the band played rock and roll. Ba-da-ba-ya-ya, ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-ya-ya, ba-da, sing it out. Ba-da-ba-ya-ya, ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-ya-ya, ba-da. And the band still playing. Ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-ya-ya, ba-da. The band's still playing. Thank you very much. Have a happy New Year, everybody.
Well, that was live from Charlottetown, Lenny Gallant singing, and he wasn't just singing for us, he was singing for the world, as that was a special feed going out to the rest of the almost 6 other countries that have been involved with this incredible day of broadcasting, starting so early in the morning in the South Pacific and then rolling across the world, coming now to our shores as the year 2000 to be welcomed in Charlottetown in 1 hour and 15 minutes, in Newfoundland in just 45 minutes from now. Our coverage on 2000 Today continues right after this.
Our new Governor General, who is a woman and an immigrant like me. My friend Celine. And my friend Maria.
"2000 Today, a Millennium celebration, is presented to you in part by Pontiac. Pontiac, built for drivers.
The four-door Pontiac Sunfire now comes with 4-speed automatic, power locks, and remote keyless entry, which means you can unlock all 4 doors, or just one. The Pontiac Sunfire 2000 Value Package. A ton of added features, $218 a month or 1.9% purchase financing. Pontiac Sunfire, built for drivers.
At the Array, we know Canadian communities. Our 3,000 employees who live and work all across Canada are proud to provide quality service to some 450 of these communities every day, every week, all year long.
They are Olympic and world champions, strutting their stuff at North America's premier annual skating extravaganza. Always a favorite with CBC television audiences, Chrysler's Stars on Ice, Sunday, January 9th. It's doubleheader hockey at 6:30 Eastern. It's Labatt Saturday night. The Leafs rock the new Millennium as they face off with the Sabres. Then Edmonton goes head-to-head with Phoenix. The one and only Hockey Night in Canada on CBC Saturday.
Well, I don't think it will be primarily an economic one, because I think the countries of North and South America will probably join together in much the same way as the European Common Market with its own currency. And I don't think that it will be primarily a political one, because I think Canada's role, certainly in the peacekeeping mission, will be largely usurped and controlled by NATO. although Canada will obviously continue to contribute. So I think that Canada's primary role will be a cultural one. And to that end, I think our artists and our cultural institutions should be protected and cared for.
And welcome back to our 2000 Today headquarters with the Royal Canadian Air Force. You've been great sports here after your big special earlier this evening, helping us out here.
In which you were absolutely terrific, I have to tell you again. We've come up with a new term now for that quadruple take you did at the end of one of the sketches. Peter did a double take that became a third, not like a triple axle, but from now on we're calling it a man's bridge.
You need a few of those extra takes here, especially today. It's been quite a day. What's this? This is
well,
the big...
Peter, we've collected, from the people here, and everybody, one man actually parted with his box of Depends, and this is your...
I wouldn't want to be with him on the way home.
Survival
Why
kit.
would you think I would have needed those?
Well, you're on the air for another 6 or 8 hours.
6 o'clock in the morning. Actually, this survival kit will keep you going till next Wednesday, 6. But to be honest with you, I don't know what the concern is. I'm Ukrainian background, and we haven't even celebrated Christmas yet, so it's weeks before Y2K.
Perhaps you could leave a few presents you could lift out of that thing. Gifts.
Do you want me to take this from you?
Oh, thank you, Peter, yes.
I will certainly treasure this.
Thank you. I just want to take this opportunity.
I'm telling you, about 6 hours from now, I'm sure I'll be diving into this bag.
But I do want to take the opportunity to say hello, Mama, hello, Canada, and also Winnipeg. Just relax, everybody. Have some pierogies, have some cabbage rolls. Forget about all that, the generator in the basement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Canadian Air Force, it's been great to have you here. Thanks very much.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New
Would you like
Year.
us to take this off your hands?
But don't take it too far.
Not too far.
There they go, the Royal Canadian Air Force. Now, as 3 great stars leave, another great star arrives. And Laurie Brown from Laurie Brown on the Arts is going to be helping me throughout these next hours as we're going to have entertainers. Wonderful to see you.
Happy New Year. I'm only going to say that once. We got 6 time zones to go through, and that's it. You got yours
absolutely.
right there.
Listen, we've got some fabulous entertainment over these next few hours. We just saw Lenny Gallant, one of the mainstays of PEI music, and we're going shortly back to Newfoundland, where less than 40 minutes now. Kim Stockwood. Tell us about Kim Stockwood.
Well, actually, she was born in Hibernia, and she has a real, I'd say in her career that she really has this gift of the gab that's got her as far as she has got with 2 albums, that as her musical talents. She had an international hit called Jerk. I can't understand why a title like that would give you an international hit. But she says she has goals in music, and it's only to get 2 things. One is a pickup truck for Dad, and the other is a really good bra. So I hope that she's done well enough at least to get one of those 2 things.
She's had another album just in the last 6 months or so.
12-year-old.
12-year-old, which has been doing extremely well.
Yeah.
And so we're looking forward to seeing her and Great Big Sea, another great Newfoundland band, will be performing there in the harbor in St. John's.
You can't swing a cat around there without hitting a Celtic band. But actually, Kim Stockwood is a little more country than she is Celtic, so it'll be a little different.
Well, let's find out how she is tonight, country or Celtic. Well, let's go to St. John's, in the harbor at St. John's, where Kim Stockwood is about to perform on stage. in St. John's, Kim Stockwood, just 34 minutes away from the year 2000 in Newfoundland.
Say hi to Grandma. Thank you so much, everybody. Happy New Year!
She's hot tonight, Lori.
It's so amazing she did that song. That was her father playing accordion with her. Nobody wanted that song on the record. She fought like crazy for it. If you listen to the record, her grandmother is playing on it as well.
Boy, oh boy, she loves to bring the family involved. I know we did a thing in St. John's a little while ago, about a year ago, one of those quiz shows we were doing for the magazine one night, and Kim was one of the guests. She brought her parents along to watch her performance. Very close-knit family, and she's great on stage. So let's go back to Newfoundland. Sean Majunder is in the crowd there, getting ready for the Millennium arrival on Hibernia. Sean, can you hear us?
Hey!
We got you now, Sean.
Stand by.
You're on, Sean.
Peter, are you there?
We're here, Sean. We hear
Peter.
you.
Everybody says hi to Peter. Peter, now we are getting very, very close to the Hibernia countdown, which is happening a half hour ahead of everybody else, which is an awesome surprise. There's a midnight before midnight, which I think is so excellent. Now, I think we're going to get the countdown from our crack crew. We got an awesome crew down here working for us. And you guys excited that Hibernia, the guys that are working out in Hibernia, are going to be celebrating in just a few seconds. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Hey, Colin, I tell you, this has been so much fun, Peter. I got to tell you, I can't hear you. So I'm just going to keep talking to some people here because we have the greatest group of people in the world for a Millennium Party. What is your name, madam?
Terry.
Terry, are you having a good time so far here at St. John? See, that's the general response from everybody. How about you, ma'am? Could you tell us how well you're doing?
I'm doing quite well, thank you.
See, translated, that is, wow! There's so much fun, so much festivities down here, and I'm just waiting from our team to tell you. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to throw to Kathleen, and do we love Kathleen? Yeah! Kathleen! Kathleen! Kathleen!
All right, well, from Sean Majunder in St. John's, Newfoundland, getting ready for the Millennium in Hibernia, here's Kathleen Petty in Fort McMurray, Alberta. Kathleen.
Peter, I think they're having way too much fun. We're all watching it from here. I've got my own contingent, Peter, of Newfoundlanders right here. They say you can't walk more than a couple of inches in Fort McMurray without bumping into somebody from Newfoundland. And by George, it's true, after all. We're standing outside on a very crisp day, I might add, in Fort McMurray. And I want to introduce you to some people. I'm going to start with Don Jenkins. Don, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, thanks. You saw them all partying back home, huh?
Yes, I wish I was there myself.
Do you miss it?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Yeah?
When the money's up here, it's good. I don't miss Newfoundland when the money's good.
Have you heard about the weather in Newfoundland? Do you know what it's like right now?
It's probably snowing.
Exactly. So this isn't so bad then, is it?
Well, we got about 30 below up here, so I mean, you know, we can have the snow or 30 below.
Hey, Don, why don't you introduce us to some people, starting with your son?
Okay, then my son Daniel. Say hi to your mom.
Hi, Mom.
She don't miss you like I do.
Look right to the camera, Daniel. Say hi to your mom.
Hi, Mom.
Say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, actually, I won't tell you what. You say whatever you want. Your mother. I think you
We
did
won't
the
tell her
job.
how bad you were.
Too late. Christmas is over.
All right, Kathleen, thanks very
got the
much.
big
It's
count.
midnight on Hibernia. Here's Sean Majunder in St. John's.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Hibernia! To all of the people who are out there working on Hibernia, everybody here on solid land wishes you a very, very happy New Year. I know you guys have been working so hard. Well, keep it up. I know there's a lot of families and people from Newfoundland that really want to support those people that are out there working. It's such an awesome, awesome, awesome thing. Peter, I'm just going to keep partying because this is insanity here, buddy. Back to you.
All right, Sean Majunder in St. John's, and the best wishes of all of us going to those working out on the Hibernia oil rig. They like to think their time zone is a half an hour ahead of Newfoundland, so they are already in the year 2000. St. John's and the rest of Newfoundland, still another 29 minutes to go yet before the Millennium arrives on their shores. hey, we're going to check out that internet website, www.cbc.ca, where one of those great Newfoundlanders has been monitoring all day long your choices for events and people of the century. Here's our Rex Murphy. Rex?
Yes, Peter, the electronic Vox Populi is alive and well. In 29 minutes' time, the continent trembles because it begins you know where. I'd like to cover a couple of things. Most of the leaders in this poll, the top and illustrious Canadians in many categories, have remained much the same, but we've had a hell of a lot of email. There's a Niagara torrent of electronic communication coming in here, and some people are expressing the little disappointment that some of their favorites didn't make it into our final cut. And I think probably the most plaintive email that we have, it's a very brief one from Bob Williamson in Mitchell, Ontario, and he says, "Have you not heard of Shania Twain?" And there's not a Y chromosome on the continent that doesn't weep with him. We also had some people who wrote in about the writers category. Lucy Maud Montgomery is still very closely hanging on to the top there, but there are 2 or 3 emails that suggested, how did we miss Stephen Leacock? Well, we never missed him, but unfortunately he got winnowed out in the early going. Also some strong support for W.O. Mitchell and Hugh McClellan. Our own vast research department has found that Joni Mitchell not making the top 10 here is a disappointment to a large number of people. I should also indicate, because it's only about 27 minutes to Newfoundland, that the Samizdat movement for Mr. Smallwood is alive and well. We have several emails here. I completely agree Mr. Smallwood deserves to be included. He should be on everyone's ballot. One other politician that missed our list was René Lévesque. Well, he was winnowed out in the early part, but again, this is an easy kind of celebrational poll. Don't lose too much sleep if your favorite is not on it. It's going to be a fairly interesting evening. We've had, by the way, a couple of 100,000 visits to the CBC page today, so obviously the country is animated with the very spirit of festival for the whole event. Peter?
Thank you very much, and you're still tabulating those votes, and we'll be looking at more results later. www.cbc.ca if you want to get your thoughts in on the people of the century, events of the century, as it relates to this country, to Canada. 26.5 minutes away from the new year arriving in St. John's and the rest of Newfoundland. We're going to Ottawa right now, though, where events will take place on Parliament Hill, as they do so many times throughout the year. This time the celebrations, the New Year's Eve celebrations, taking place there. The Prime Minister arrived on the Hill a little while ago, and he had a chance to talk to our Wayne Rostad of CBC Ottawa. And here's the thoughts of the Prime Minister.
Well, thank you, Peter. And with me, of course, Prime Minister Chrétien. Are you excited, sir?
Oh, look at that. You know, the people are arriving in great number. It's going to be a great celebration. I think that the country is moving in the new century and millennium in very good shape. So I'm happy to see the Canadians having a good time at this moment.
Well, any surprises for us in the new millennium?
Oh, now we'll keep giving you the best government we can, and hopefully a little bit of a tax break if we have some large surplus. Will it not be nice if we could do that?
Indeed. Now, do you have any personal resolutions?
Oh, to stay in good shape. I will keep running the stairs to go to my office and exercise and work hard. But it's very pleasant work because we're terminating the century in pretty good shape. As everybody knows, the United Nations have proclaimed Canada the best country in the world to live in for the last 6 years, and we have to keep it up this way.
Now, you talk about climbing the stairs. Now, Peter, as you know, at 5 minutes to midnight, what's going to happen is the Peace Tower is going to be scaled by 2 paratroopers from Trenton, and I don't understand why they didn't ask you to get involved, the way you climb stairs and the way you scale buildings.
I wanted, but the guys didn't want to take me along.
They wouldn't? No.
No.
Well, you might have showed them up a bit.
Yes, I don't know. But no, I think it's going to be quite... Look at that. It will be something very exciting to watch.
It'll be magnificent.
So Happy New Year
well,
to
Mr.
all
Prime
of
Minister,
you,
to you too as well.
And have a good time.
Thank
and
you,
Happy
sir.
New Year to everybody.
Very good. Well, Peter, as you can see, everybody's in a good state of mind, and it's going to be one wonderful party. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much.
That's great, the Prime Minister, you know, and he's always in incredible shape. He really is. I mean, he does leap up those stairs every day.
Yeah, and he's got 2 hours, though. If he can put together a Celtic band in 2 hours, he can get back on the show.
Hey. Well, we've got to get Wayne to tell him that. The Prime Minister joining us from Ottawa, and he'll have a more formal address to the people of the nation a little while later on in our broadcast as the new millennium arrives. Right now we're going to take a short break, but 2000 Today returns right here on CBC Television in just a few moments.
pollution. I think they'll invent a medical machine that will help anyone who's not well, whether it be physically, emotionally, or mentally. They'll enter through one end and walk through it. When they come out the other end, they'll be completely healed, happy, and ready to enjoy life.
General Motors of Canada and all its divisions welcome Canada into a new millennium and wish all of you a happy and prosperous new year.
Do rich people deserve more space than the rest of us? Was technology meant to improve their lives alone? Do the stars shine for their eyes only? Introducing the special edition Century 2000. With so many unexpected amenities for an unexpected price, it's the first limited edition that isn't limited to the rich. The new Century 2000 by Buick, a luxury car for everyone.
Traveling by train is the truly civilized way to do business. Fine-tune an important presentation. Stay in touch with the office. Or relax and restore your soul. For those who value their time, there's only one way to arrive. Ready for business.
It's not what the world holds for you, it's what you bring to it.
CBC welcomes in the new year with the return of a timeless classic.
You're gonna be famous, and I'll be so proud. I'll miss my girl. Promise me you won't stay away forever.
Join us for the heartwarming story of Anne of Green Gables, the sequel.
I will never forget you.
Bye, Anne.
A two-part special begins Sunday night at 8 on CBC.
Coming to Canada has helped our family to become reunited again. My parents were living in Canada, and as a single mother, I was living with my daughter in the United States. So coming into Canada allowed us to live together as a family once again. And my father died quite soon after we came here, so it allowed us some very precious time together. Politically, coming to Canada allowed me to work in the women's movement, where I've learned so much about the reality of women's lives in this country. And it's also had a very deep impact on my daughter's thinking and shaping her view of the world today.
"20 minutes away from the year 2000 in Newfoundland, and the party is just really getting to fever pitch in St. John's Harbour, where Great Big Sea is about to perform."
Well, this is going to be great because the whole goal of Great Big Sea has been to take a kitchen party music to a whole new level and to a whole new world, and I think they're going to do it tonight. They're really the hardest working band in Newfoundland. I know I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but over hundreds of gigs per year. They've won the Entertainer of the Year 4 years in a row running at the East Coast Music Awards. This is going to be good time music.
All right, here they are, Great Big Sea, live from St. John's.
Our growth to be exponential. Promise is finally realized. I can see you're lonely, and I can feel it turn. turn. I feel it turn. Feel it turn.
And what?
Feel it turn. I can feel it turn tonight. Woo!
Great Big Sea performing in St. John's tonight.
All right.
That's one cold kitchen.
One cold kitchen, 17 minutes away from midnight in St. John's. We'll be coming back to Great Big Sea and their performance to the thousands of people gathered. They're expecting 50,000 in St. John's Harbor tonight, and it looks like they got that and perhaps more.
They're already starting to jump. You can see the thing going up and down. It's probably a good thing it's not in somebody's kitchen.
You've been to St. John's before.
Yeah,
You've seen it was at George Street in St. John's.
Yeah.
They're along the sort of pub row where they just love this kind of music in their different pubs, and the whole street hums. Tonight they've got the whole harbor going.
Well, I was snowed in there once for 3 days on that street. I'll never forget it or remember it. I'm not sure which.
We're going to travel a little far north of St. John's, still in Newfoundland, to Meadows. We're going to run a little tape from there, where there was a special ceremony earlier today. Meadows, of course, is recognized now as the site where the Vikings landed nearly 1,000 years ago.
Well, here we are at the very tip top of Newfoundland,
So we have,
where the only known Viking site in North America was established around the year 999. So they were here for the turning of the first millennium. And to find out what that was like, all we have to do is step inside. Whew. How you doing? Check the other rooms. Hey, here's all the people. How's it going, folks? Am I interrupting something?
Welcome, stranger. My name is Bjarne. Come join our feast.
No, feast. Now we're talking. Hey, yeah.
My wife, Thora.
Hey, how you doing, Thora? Pleased to meet you. Happy New Year.
New Year?
Oh, yeah, you know, this is the big one. Yeah.
Big one? You speak of strange things, traveler.
Oh, come on. It's $9.99. What do you people have a Y2K glitch on your sundial or something? Well, come on, at midnight it's 1,000 years. I mean, isn't that what your big party is about here?
Ah, you must mean our feast. We celebrate Yule for the end of the season.
Well, Yule, yeah, but I mean, this is no ordinary year. I mean, we're talking Millennium time here. You don't even know about it? I mean, we're on the doorstep of a whole new millennium and you don't even know about it?
Millennium?
Well, yeah, you know, it's the end of 1,000 years and the start of another 1,000. That's a big thing in the future. People go nuts. I thought you Vikings were wild and crazy guys.
We're a peaceful people, sir. We hunt, fish, gather all sorts of foods.
You don't even look like Vikings. I mean, where's the horns on your helmets and everything?
We don't wear horns. We drink from them.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm driving, but anyway.
To this millennium of yours, Skull!
Skull! That's not bad. So, nice Vikings, eh? I guess I can live with that. To Yule!
Skull! To good friends!
Skull! To late 20th century stereotyping. Skull!
I guess that's it from us here at Meadows, where it's $9.99 and we're having one Valhalla of a time.
Might have to vamp a bit before Kathleen.
All right, a little skit out of Meadows, where, you know, it is recognized the Vikings arrived here 1,000 years ago, before all those other explorers who laid claim to Newfoundland and other parts.
There are lots of similarities between the way people want to celebrate this millennium. I know a lot of my friends are standing outside around a bonfire somewhere, and that's what they decided they wanted to do. We could light a fire here in the atrium, couldn't we, Peter?
You know, it's funny. So many people thought they were going to have to depend on fires to keep going tonight because of, you know, all the Y2K stories. Turns out, so far anyway, and let's keep our fingers crossed, no problems anywhere on this continent, but we went through the rest of the world with no major problems to report. Now, the experts say, you know, I can't judge everything by the first night. I have to wait days on in. But so far, no big problems of any kind.
I'm a little low on milk. Other than that, I think everything so far is fine.
Well, you know, people did get a little tense, even here in Canada, including here in southern Ontario. These final few days, there was a run on water and kerosene lamps and all that, and you know, it's okay to feel safe on these things. Let's go out
Fires
to northern...
for later.
Yeah, right. Let's go out to northern Alberta, where Kathleen Petty is still standing by, in Fort McMurray, where there's so many Newfoundlanders who are anxious on this moment, 12 minutes away, what's happening in Newfoundland. Kathleen.
Oh, Peter, I'm telling you, everyone's really looking forward to New Year's in Fort McMurray. And as I said before, really, these guys are so lucky because they say that Fort McMurray has the largest population of Newfoundlanders, concentrated population of Newfoundlanders outside of Newfoundland. So these guys get to celebrate twice. They get to celebrate at 8:30 Alberta time because they're thinking about Newfoundland, and of course they get to celebrate at midnight. So we'll do a practice. So 8:30 in Newfoundland.
It's 12 o'clock. It's midnight.
We got that backwards. Actually, I did that to you guys. So 8:30 here is 12 o'clock there.
Yes.
So is that really New Year's for you guys?
That's New Year's for us. Yes, we celebrate twice.
Does everyone feel that way?
There's supposed to be fireworks here, and I think that's why, because there's so many Newfoundlanders here, they have it at 8:30 because it's 12 o'clock in Newfoundland. So.
And do you celebrate again then at midnight?
At midnight.
Yeah, have fireworks again at midnight.
Again at midnight.
Do you?
Yes. But tell the government we only pay taxes once. Celebrate twice, pay taxes once. That's it.
Oh, and do you make New Year's resolutions twice?
No, because we can't keep them twice.
Do you even make them once?
Oh, we make them once, yeah. Sure.
And do you make them at 8:30 or do you make them at midnight Alberta time?
That one I'm not sure. I haven't been there that long.
No, I'm curious to know, why did you end up coming to Fort McMurray?
To get out of Ontario.
Because you went to Ontario first, Don?
Yes, and I came here after.
Okay.
Just looking for work.
Just looking for work?
Yeah.
And lots of work up here.
And there was lots in Ontario, but I just wanted to come out west.
Okay, well, let me just ask a couple of other people if I can. How did you end up in Fort McMurray?
We came out here to work as well.
Yeah.
We moved here a year and a half ago.
With your entire family?
My 3 sons, and my husband and myself.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
How do you like it here?
No, it's all right.
It's not home, though, is it?
No.
Huh? Do you miss home?
Yep.
Yeah, you do? Okay, let's. I was talking to you earlier. So how did you end up in Fort McMurray?
Oh, for work, yeah.
Yeah?
We've been here quite a while now, though. But it's a nice place for kids to grow up.
Yeah.
And next best thing to home.
The next best thing, though, but it's not home, is it?
Never will be.
Yeah.
But it's next best thing. We've made it our home now, so.
So is 8:30, I mean, is that, just give me a sense. I mean, I understand that you celebrate and why you celebrate, but is it really an emotional thing at 8:30? Or does it feel strange because you're physically so far away?
Well, you kind of try to think that you're with your family and celebrating with them at 8:30, but yeah.
That's who you're thinking of?
Yeah, that's who we're thinking of, yeah. And trying to, can't be there with them, but this is the best that we can do.
Yeah. Don, you got 15 siblings, right?
I got 15, yes. Not me, my mother had them. I'm sorry, come on. I'm not that old yet, you know. I just look it.
I'm getting tired just thinking about it. So you got to go home and see them sometime. But you'll be thinking about them at 8:30?
Always think
8:30 Alberta time, midnight Newfoundland time. And so Peter, as I said before, they twice the fun out here. Twice as cold, mind you, but twice the fun.
Well, I tell you, you know, it doesn't look cold. Well, how cold is it there? You guys all look so comfortable.
You know what? I think it's about minus 30. So really, for a hardy Canadian, Peter, it's nothing. It builds character, right?
Well, that's good. That you're going to be able to stand outside for all these hours until midnight reaches there in Alberta. Kathleen Petty joining us from Fort McMurray, as many of those expat Newfoundlanders, Laurie, who've been, for different reasons, have been traveling around the country and find themselves, many of them, you know, they're really looking for work. They should go to the comedy club. There's nothing as funny as a Newfoundlander. They just have that quick wit. Like our Rex Murphy, they know how to answer.
And they don't wear mitts. Did you notice a lot of those kids there weren't wearing mitts? That means they're really accustomed to Fort McMurray, I would say.
It sure doesn't look like minus 30, so they're hardy. But back in St. John's, they're hardy too, as they're getting ready for more of the concert by Great Big Sea. We want to just warn you, whenever the screen suddenly turns into a globe look of the world, that's because this is part of that joint union of all these different broadcasters around the world of feeding bits and pieces so each country can look at how the other countries are celebrating the new millennium. And with Newfoundland being extra special, not just for Canada, but for all of North America, being the first landmass to celebrate midnight in the year 2000, this feed is going to be going out to the rest of the world in just a couple of moments when Great Big Sea hits the stage one more time, and they'll be seen around the world. Great exposure for them.
And they are great ambassadors, actually, because they really take that Celtic sound, but they mix it with everything else, and it is so alive and so relevant and so now that it doesn't sound like anything from long ago. It is really about what Newfoundland is about today, so that's great.
Less than 7 minutes now before midnight in Newfoundland, our first province to touch into the new century and the new millennium, 2000, saying goodbye to the 1900s. And they're waving not only to their fellow Canadians, but they've been told out there that the world will be watching Newfoundland and will be watching Great Big Sea when they hit the stage again in the next couple of moments.
Newfoundland and Labrador first welcomes North America's future, the new millennium, the year 2000.
For that special moment. It's about a minute away now before Great Big Sea gets back on stage, and all the transmission and satellite facilities are used during this final minute before the concert starts to arrange those feeds around the world to those 6 other countries that are watching Newfoundland tonight.
Well, Great Big Sea know a little bit about putting on a big party themselves, because for the last year or so they've been putting together a Great Big Sea picnic, which is putting together lots of Newfoundland acts. And of course, it's in the summer, it doesn't happen to be in the middle of the dead of winter, but they know a little something about getting a lot of people together and putting on a big show, and they're highly successful at that.
Now, do they travel outside of Canada very much, Great Big Sea, or are they very much sort of a Newfoundland and Canadian band?
They are, but they're also doing folk festivals, and they do European stuff as well.
Well, that's great. Well, we're looking forward to watching them one more time. Great Big Sea will take the run-up right up to the new millennium arriving on our shores as it hits Newfoundland in less than 5 minutes from now. Great Big Sea is the banner group in St. John's tonight, and will be showing the world, strutting their stuff on stage. 30 seconds away now from joining Great Big Sea on stage in St. John's. A warning and a cautionary and advisory. The excitement in Newfoundland as it builds now and will continue right through that midnight moment, just about 4 minutes away now, will be followed very quickly by the rest of Atlantic Canada. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island. We've got lots to show from there as well.
So they better set a good example and show the rest of Canada how to party down on this last great New Year's of the millennium.
Well, you know, Newfoundlanders, there's no doubt they're going to know how to party. Here it is. This is the shot the rest of the world is seeing as St. John's is alive in light tonight. And right there along the harbor is where this concert has been set up. Let's join it. Great Big Sea on stage in St. John's.
This is where you wanna be, so pile your boots up in the corner, hang your jacket from the door. There's dirty people in that kitchen, and there's always oh, come on now, let's start the world outside. Come on, I tell you now, she's going up. Oh, come on now, let's start the world outside.
To go to 2000 arriving in Canada, first in St. John's.
We're going to ring in the new year. We're going to come back and sing it.
the few people who haven't managed to get in front of the concert right yet.
People of planet
Here's
Earth.
Great Big Sea. Let's listen to them.
My name is Sean, and I am your friend. We are going to be bringing in the new millennium, the first here in North America. People have been streaming down these hills. It's going to be such an awesome party. People are spilling out all over the place. This is unbelievable. I'm so excited. Everybody here. It is so beautiful. I've never felt anything like this, and I'm so honored to be a part. I mean, to be a human being involved in this celebration here on this planet, I can't ask for anything more. Guys, if I could say anything to the world right now, I'd say love. Wouldn't you say love? Love is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, we're getting real close. We're getting very close, and I'm not 100% sure how close we are. We're 2 minutes away. We're just 2 minutes away, people of the world, from North America, bringing in the new millennium. Everybody is getting very excited here. I want to show you something. If we could just have this right here. These two people just got engaged. How do you feel? Show them the rock. Show them the rock. Just got engaged. Isn't that beautiful? First the new millennium. I want to be the first in the new millennium to do this move. So beautiful. The people are still coming down to the harbor front. They're spilling all the way down. There's somewhat around 100,000 people down here on the waterfront. And it's unbelievable. The energy down here, spectacular. We've been seeing so much all day today, whether it was in Kiribati, to New Zealand, all the way to Germany, Switzerland, Russia, and now St. John's, Newfoundland. That sounds so cool. St. John's, Newfoundland, the first in North America. And you know what? The rest of Canada, I got to tell you right now, this is just beginning. Like, I mean, this is our party. We're down to 1 minute. We're down to 1 minute, everybody. 1 minute till the new year.
Ladies and gentlemen, Newfoundland and Labrador welcomes the new millennium to North America in 60 seconds. 60 seconds to the new year 2000. 60!
St. John's Harbor. The fireworks, the hugs, the kisses, the tears. good time in St. John's tonight. Quite a display around the harbor. Sean McChumder there saying about 100,000 people down around the harbor. And I think every one of them we're hearing right now. Quite the moment in St. John's as the rest of the world watches North America, first landmass, welcoming the new year. It leads off quite the next few hours. In 26.5 minutes, it arrives in the rest of Atlantic Canada. We'll be in PEI and Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. But this is Newfoundland's moment, and it continues with a wonderful fireworks display over the harbor. Knowing Newfoundlanders the way we do, that may have been the high moment of the night, but it's certainly not the end of the night.
It's not the last one, but you know, dancing like that outside in your winter boots is very, very hard. The people tomorrow are going to be waking up with sore calf muscles, that's for sure.
If they wake up in the morning. It may be the afternoon before some of them wake up. Listen, it's New Year's Eve. Enjoy yourselves out there. Be careful, though, and be safe. Our coverage continues as we get ready for the rest of Atlantic Canada to welcome the year 2000. 2000 Today continues right here on CBC.
I've been fortunate to be influenced not by just one Canadian, but by literally thousands of volunteers who have made our communities very special places to be.
Henri Bourassa, because he was one of the strongest advocates of French rights all across Canada.
General Motors of Canada and all its divisions welcome Newfoundland and Labrador into a new millennium and wish all of you a happy and prosperous new year.
Restaurant owners, parents of Dana, Michelle, and Steve Jr. due next month. Owners, weekend place. What kind of car did they drive? These are the new Buicks, real-size cars for real-size families. The new Buicks, real power, real comfort, real style. Isn't it time for a real car?